Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you after only 4 hours of sleep from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel everywhere where you may be watching around the world. Thanks for watching. And certainly today we're going to ask the question, is it going to be a buy the rumor and sell the news? Certainly the market was pumping yesterday on the rumor that there was going to be an election victory that was going to be favorable for the crypto markets. And are we going to see a little bit of a sell the news event in the coming days? We're going to discuss that and what I think about the markets. We're going to look at some news and we're going to look at the charts, of course. Before we do that, help me out today. I've had a little bit of a morning shot of coffee after being up in the Discord. The Discord people were partying last night, well past midnight, kept me up well past my bedtime. And certainly I do need some help. Smash the likes. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the comments that people leave, the kind words and encouragement. I do read each and respond to each and every one of those. And I do get back to the questions that are asked there as soon as I am able to. And don't forget, we've got the cheat sheet that is below in the description of this video. Lots of great resources. It's my roadmap to success for this bull market. Also, if you're wondering about the Discord and how you can get signed up, it was on fire last night. What an amazing group of people. And for all of those of you who are bleary-eyed this morning, some of you were even up till 2 a.m. I think the chief was still going all night and didn't even sleep. So if you'd like to sign up for the Discord and join me in there, the Stocks with Josh Discord, the most amazing Discord on the planet, that's also a link below in the description. It's also in the cheat sheet as well. So are we going to have a little bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news event? I love this tweet here. The future is going to be fantastic, and I do believe it's time that the second part of the bull market is in full flight, with Bitcoin making a new all-time high. And certainly congratulations have to go to all of everybody out there, certainly who has played a part in making this election truly a historic victory for a very pro-crypto president. So I do feel that we are going to have our 4-year cycle as normal, and I think things will go. But are we going to have a little bit of a sell the news? I do think there is going to be a little bit of a sell the news. I still do think Bitcoin 110,000 incoming. The cup and handle pattern, is unfolding beautifully there. The target there is around that 110,000. I do feel that is really quite locked in now, and certainly we could see higher than this. Unknowing who was going to win who was going to be put in charge, if we were going to have a change at the SEC, and all the other kind of unknowns now seem more certain. And so I do think we could reach those more. I have a more upper target around 150 to 170,000. Not quite ready to call that yet. I'm going to stick to my 100 to 120,000 target that I gave many months ago, but certainly I may look to revise that there for this. And then just remember that every US election week in Bitcoin's history has been the lowest price it will ever be again. And so I did share about this, and certainly just does not come back and see those prices ever again. And you can see those prices there. It was $11, $700, and $14,000. And so let's look and let's jump into the charts, because do remember that I shared with everybody well before crypto jumped into the election to say that the November low historically came on the 2nd or the 3rd. But I did tell everybody here that I felt that it would come on the 4th. And the reason that I felt that it would come on the 4th was because the November low in a halving year has never come on a weekend. So I felt that the first day after the 2nd or the 3rd, we would find the November low. And it looks as though that could may have happened there for Bitcoin. So the November low that we're looking for currently that we'd have to break below is 66,835. And I should know that because I had a bid at 6 66,600. I thought I'd be cheeky and get a little bid filled there, and it didn't get filled. And so that's okay. And so what we have there is that is a low that historically, if this stays as the November low, historically Bitcoin will never go below that price. And do I think that's a possibility? Well, first of all, it's not confirmed as the November low. That's number one. So I think we need to understand that, certainly. And once we have realized that, then we can talk about, okay, that was the November low. I do think that Monday was a pretty deep dip down. And so certainly, unless we see any shenanigans over the next 24 hours, 48 hours, that could be the November low there, and certainly would be interesting. But also historically, when we have had a golden cross, which Bitcoin has had a golden cross, Bitcoin will come back to retest the 50-day moving average and sometimes even the 200 simple moving average, but these are moving up. So this 50-day moving average is already at about 65,800. Soon it's going to be, we haven't lost the September. Remember, I put this line in many weeks ago to say this was here really where I felt we could hold the 66,500 because this was the September high. And we put the September high in, and essentially we haven't really, we whipped below it, but we haven't really had a close below that. September, I guess we did have one here. Did we have a little bit of a close below there? Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. We closed at 67. So we didn't even have a close below there. So I would say certainly for me that this list level now could hold. And of course, the October low that was in around October the 10th, generally Bitcoin has not ever come back to go below that number for the rest of the year. And that's 58,900. So I certainly think that's off the table for now. So I think where are we looking for now? We've got the tribal trades trend line strikes again. Certainly we've come up and found this as resistance. We've also seen the lower as support here. So certainly where could I think would be a good entry here, if you're looking for an entry for Bitcoin, would be a pullback to the 69 to 70,000 region. That would be an area that I would think would be a place to take an entry. Of course, as always, you can exit where you enter. If the trade goes against you, if it breaks below here, if it rejects this line here, then you can get out of the trade and then look to get back in at one of these lower levels, 68 or $66,000 level. But certainly, and the same thing here, if we break above this trend line here and we come back and we retest as support, then certainly that could be a place to enter the trade. And certainly if we come back here and some people have been asking, what does that mean? Well, when you come back to support, does it hold or does it break through? When it makes contact with that trend line support, does it break through or does it hold? If it holds, is there going to be a successful retest to confirm that hold? And if there is, that's a place that you can get on the trade. Now, listen, you can get in on the first touch of that line and you can front run it. But let's just say that Bitcoin does come down to this level and hits this trend line support line. Then I would move to the 15-minute time frame, sometimes even the 5-minute time frame, and say, and you can see it actually here, that it breaks through and you can catch it here on the break, or you can get it on a retest. And there's actually a retest here. Or you can get on the retest, and then we retest here and go under, and then where can you get out? You would get out on a rejection. Now, we didn't reject there, and we haven't rejected here, so you wouldn't get out of the trade. You would stay in the trade. Now this could come up, retest as support, and that could be a place to get in the trade. Or conversely, if we break below here, and then we come back up to a retest and reject, that's where you could conversely get out of the trade. So you can actually be getting in and out of trade at the same price point with very little, minimal loss or no loss at all, because you're just getting out around that break-even area. We also do have the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame, which is about 70,500, which is quite close to the next tribal trades trend line down here. And you can see actually this tribal trades trend line has been some decent support. And certainly if you look at this here, you can see that we had a successful retest, another successful retest, 3 or 4 across before we actually took up. and took on up. So there you can actually see how you would get in a trade. You would get in on the break of this trend line on the 15-minute. Now you'd enter the trade. But you could enter the trade here. You could front run the trade here and get in on the anticipation that's going to break through. And if it doesn't break through, you can get out and a little bit of profit or break even as you get a rejection. We didn't get a rejection here. You can also get in on the break of this. As you see the candle break through, you can get in the trade. And again, you can get out of the trade if we lose this trend line, or if it's a moving average or whatever you're trading off as support resistance. And if we break below and then we retest into there and reject, then you get out of the trade. And so you can see, and in the third place again in the trade is as you come down to this trend line here and you retest it as support, and then you can get in the trade, and that would have been successful. Okay, so there you go. That is how I've been trading Bitcoin and the altcoins. I've got the altcoin show coming up in a couple of hours. Don't forget about that. We do have the liquidation heat map. Just a little bit to look at there. We've got some upside. The most immediate to the upside is at 76. And then to the downside, we've got some below at about 73,250. And then we've definitely got levels below. I definitely would recommend getting the CoinGlass app. It's a free app on the App Store, and you can certainly not only look at Bitcoin, but you can also look at other altcoins on there, such as Sui on there as well. You can see some people getting liquidated as we speak, or just got liquidated as we speak there. And so you can check out all of your favorite altcoins on there, Doge as well. Certainly, this is a great tool. I don't use it out and out, but certainly can be as confirmation. The Dogecoin bills are going to be very excited that there is a lot of the highest amount of liquidations looks to be the upside here at about 21.5 cents. So certainly that is always a positive sign there. So as you can see, that's great for, we'll go back to Bitcoin there, but certainly there is the liquidity seems more to the upside still. There are still some shorts to be wiped out by that. So that's what we have for Bitcoin today. I do think that we could be at some point a bit of a sell the news situation. We already have seen that a little bit. I mean, we went up to, what did we get up to here, guys? It was a new all-time high. People were saying 76, but I didn't think it quite got there. No, it didn't. 75,407 on my chart is the new all-time high for Bitcoin. Certainly, I would not be surprised if we came back down to this, a little bit of a sell the news event, or Bitcoin just managed to go sideways a little bit. Bitcoin dominance can drop, and then the alts can run. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking. So far, I have been absolutely spot on. I've called this market from the end of May when I've started this channel all the way through to now. I even predicted way back in May that we were going to see a breakout to the upside before the end of the fourth quarter. That's exactly what's happened. I even predicted that we'd see a break of this first trend line here by the end of October, and we literally did it with about a day to spare here to the upside. On Monday, October 28th, we broke out of that trend line. I said my prediction was we would break above this trend line by the end of October, and then I predicted we break above this upper trend line by the end of the year, and that's exactly what has happened. So through all these dips, been predicted these three low dips that we have had here as buying opportunities. So if you've been following this channel, you should be making money. If you're in the Discord, you should be making money, because I'm in there interacting every day with such an amazing, incredible group of people. And so we're going to wrap it up there for today. And as always, until the next show, which is in a couple of hours, the altcoin show, I'm going to need another cup of coffee there. And thank you for all your support as always. But until the next show, happy trading.